Momentum's building, can you feel it in the air? 2024 is coming, and the people know it's fair.
We gave Joe a chance, but his time is at an end. It's time to put a real leader back in charge again. Trump, he's gonna win it. No way that we're gonna let Joe Biden spin it. The country's a mess, that much is clear. The only solution is to get Trump back here.
The economy's dying, inflation's too high. We need someone to fight for the little guy. Trump's the man with a proven track record. Joe says a lot, but his results are checkers.
Sea to shining sea, the MAGA crowd will rise. We'll head to the polls, look Joe in the eyes,
and say your days in office are about to expire.
It's time for Trump to take us back to prosperity higher. Trump to take us back to prosperity higher. Trump, make back the Senate too, and put old Joe back out to pasture as his term is through. Trump 2024, the choice could not be clearer. With Trump back in charge, a brighter future is nearer. Trump, he's gonna win it. No way that we're gonna let Joe Biden spin it.
Get ready for an electoral landslide.
As the Trump train rolls in with patriots on each side, we'll take back the House, we'll take back the Senate too, and put old Joe back out to pasture as his term is through. Trump 2024, the choice could not be clearer. With Trump back in charge, a brighter future is nearer. Trump, he's gonna win it. No way that we're gonna let Joe Biden spin it. Get ready for an electoral landslide. As the Trump train rolls in with patriots on each side, we'll take back the House, we'll take back the Senate too, and put old Joe back out to pasture as his term is through. Trump 2024, the choice could not be clearer. With Trump back in charge, a brighter future is nearer.
Hey America, Angie here with N3 Primetime. Buckle up, because we've got a wild ride ahead. Tonight, Gary's bringing you 5 stories that'll knock your socks off. We're talking TV gone crazy with medical nonsense you won't believe. Then Disney's in some hot water over some shady hiring practices. But wait, there's more. The government might be turning your neighbors into spies. And get this, crypto drama involving Trump, plus a Democrat sting operation that totally backfired. But that's not all. Later, we'll dive into your hot takes in our comment section. Trust me, you don't want to miss what our viewers are saying tonight. And in our Looking at You segment, we're shining a spotlight on someone stirring up trouble. Who is it? You'll have to stick around to find out. All right, enough teasing. Let's throw it over to Gary for all the juicy details. Hold on to your hats, America, because N3 Primetime starts now.
Welcome to N3 Primetime. Yes, it is a late stream tonight. Sorry, there was an emergency with one of our staff members. A member of their family had a heart attack, so please send your prayers, and God will listen. He knows exactly who we're talking about. Now, I see everyone filing in to the live chat. Welcome to the show. Tonight, we're diving into the stories that expose the madness that's gripping our nation, from Hollywood peddling dangerous medical misinformation to Disney's blatant discrimination. We are seeing our culture unravel before our eyes, but it doesn't stop there. We've got evidence of our own government plotting to turn us against each other, crypto schemes involving political dynasties, and the left's desperate attempt to manufacture scandals backfiring spectacularly. Now, these aren't just news stories, folks. They are symptoms of a deeper rot in our society. Our institutions, from entertainment to government, seem determined to undermine the very foundations of our republic. You know, it reminds me of a ship in a storm. Our nation is that ship, and these stories are the waves threatening to capsize us. But here's the thing. We're the crew. And like any good crew, we need to work together to keep this ship afloat. And that's why N3 Primetime is so crucial. For over a decade, we've been your beacon of truth in the storm. But now we are facing our own crisis. The mainstream platforms are trying to silence us, just like they're trying to silence you. They don't want us exposing the truth about Disney's hiring practices or the government's surveillance plans, but we refuse to be silenced. With your support, we can keep fighting. Every donation, every share, every prayer keeps us going. It's not just about keeping our lights on, it's about keeping the light of truth burning for all of America. So I'm asking you, fellow patriots, to stand with us right now. The links to support our mission are below. Together we can weather the storm and steer our nation back on course. Now let's turn it over to Angie. What stories are you bringing us tonight?
Hey America, Angie here with N3 Primetime. Buckle up, because we've got a wild ride ahead. Tonight, Gary's bringing you 5 stories that'll knock your socks off. We're talking TV gone crazy with medical nonsense you won't believe. Then Disney's in some hot water over some shady hiring practices. But wait, there's more. The government might be turning your neighbors into spies. And get this, crypto drama involving Trump, plus a Democrat sting operation that totally backfired. But that's not all. Later, we'll dive into your hot takes in our comment section. Trust me, you don't want to miss what our viewers are saying tonight. And in our Looking at You segment, we're shining a spotlight on someone stirring up trouble. Who is it? You'll have to stick around to find out. All right, enough teasing. Let's throw it over to Gary for all the juicy details. Hold on to your hats, America, because N3 Primetime starts now.
My friends, you will not believe what's making waves on social media. A resurfaced clip from a canceled TV show is causing an uproar, and for good reason. It's so outrageous it'll have you questioning everything you thought you knew about medical dramas, so brace yourself for a story that blurs the line between fiction and lunacy. You'll want to stick around for my final thought. It's a wake-up call about the shows we watch and the information that we trust. And just as TV writers blur the lines between fact and fiction, our economy is blurring the line between stability and chaos. With gold prices skyrocketing past $2,400 an ounce, it's clear the dollar is weakening faster than a medical drama's credibility. As countries consider abandoning the petrodollar, our national debt surpasses $36 trillion. Don't let your finances become a bad plot twist. Call America's leading precious metals experts, Global Gold Investments, at 888-700-4148. Mention Next News Network for VIP treatment. They are offering a 5-year IRA fee waiver on qualifying rollovers and a free 2024 Insure Your Money Guide. The number again, 888-700-4148. Operators are standing by. Now, let's dive into this medical drama madness. The show Amsterdam has a clip from that has resurfaced with a premise so absurd it's hard to believe it is not satire. In a recent viral clip, the show claims that racism directly causes cancer. Yes, you heard that right. See for yourself.
Make yourself comfortable. There's a couch over there.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's okay. I had Cephas answer some questions from a Harvard test known as unrest. It is designed to measure someone's level of social resistance.
Social resistance.
When people like us oppose the values and policies of the dominant culture.
That's right.
And what does that have to do
Your
with...
son, he feels threatened on a daily basis. Like everything he's earned can just be taken away. He's disenfranchised. But because his life is seemingly free from all this, because he can't name it, he's internalizing it.
Name what?
Racism. I think your son's tumor was caused by racism.
Now, this isn't just bad science. It's a dangerous blurring of fiction and reality that could mislead viewers about serious health issues. What's even more shocking is the pedigree behind the show. The series producer, Dr. Eric Mannheimer, is the former medical director of New York's Bellevue Hospital. So you'd think his inside knowledge would lead to more accurate portrayals, not less. The episode in question, titled Sabbath, was written by Mark Gaffin and David Schulner. Now, these writers have taken creative license to a whole new level, potentially misleading viewers about the complexities of cancer and racism. But here's where it gets really concerning. Some medical professionals are actually promoting similar ideals. Take a look at this clip from Dr. Julie Grallo. Watch.
Centuries of racism have impacted our communities of color with respect to outcomes and survival from cancer. How can we spread knowledge on racism and oncology? At the institutional level, we can focus on education and training. We can do research into what's happening and research into what works. And it's very important that this start at the leadership level. If the leaders have not bought into it and aren't promoting it, it will not permeate across the institution and it will not work. At the patient level, we can speak up, and I know that that can be really hard, but unless you provide feedback, and that can even be done in an anonymous way, then how are providers and institutions going to know what you're experiencing and what's happening and begin to address it?
While Dr. Grallo's points about addressing racism in healthcare are valid, the jump from acknowledging health disparities to claiming racism directly causes cancer is a dangerous oversimplification. This trend of mixing social commentary with medical misinformation is a growing problem. It's not just about one outlandish TV episode, it's about a broader pattern of blurring lines between fact and fiction in medical portrayals. The real danger here is the impact on public health literacy. Viewers might delay seeking proper medical care, believing that addressing racism alone could cure or prevent cancer. That's an absurd thing to consider. Now, this could lead to misled opportunities for early detection and treatment. Moreover, such portrayals risk trivializing both the complexities of cancer and the genuine impacts of racism on health. By drawing a direct, simplistic link between the two, shows like New Amsterdam inadvertently diminish the seriousness of both issues. As consumers of media, we need to be more discerning. We need to question what we see on TV, especially when it comes to medical information. And as for the writers and producers of these shows, they need to recognize the responsibility that comes with their platform. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. Folks, when TV writers start claiming racism causes cancer, we've officially entered the twilight zone of medical dramas. It's a symptom of a larger disease, the death of common sense in entertainment. Now, these shows aren't just jumping the shark, they are pole vaulting over a whale. It's time we demand better. Our health literacy is too important to be sacrificed on the altar of sensationalism. Remember, the only thing that these ridiculous plots should be killing is your cable subscription. Next up, flip phones are making a comeback as consumers seek simplicity and durability in a tech-driven world. Angie has more.
In a surprising turn, flip phones are making a comeback. Consumers are flocking to the retro devices for their simplicity and durability. The trend is growing as people seek a break from smartphone addiction. This shift shows a demand for simpler, more secure communication. Companies are responding with updated flip phone models. It's clear that people are craving a return to basics in our tech-driven world. Flip phones are not just a fad, they're a movement towards mindful technology use. Stay tuned as this story develops. Don't miss Gary's ebook, The Silent Coup, link in the bio. Next, James O'Keefe exposes Disney's alleged discriminatory hiring practices.
Brace yourselves, America. What we're about to reveal will shake your faith in one of the most iconic companies. Disney, the magic maker of our childhoods, is now at the center of a storm that's rocking Hollywood to its core. Discriminatory hiring practices, secret bonuses, and a fan revolt. It's all unfolding right before our eyes. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Stay tuned for our exclusive special report and a final thought that will make you question everything you thought you knew about the House of Mouse. Now, folks, before we dive into this bombshell report, let me tell you about a magic wand that's saving Americans from skyrocketing bills. Just like Disney's using code words to hide their hiring practices, power companies are using inflation to disguise their greed. But there is a secret they don't want you to know about. This portable AC unit is slashing cooling costs faster than Disney's stock is dropping. It's like having your own personal Jedi Knight fighting against the dark side of the utility bills. Visit EasySummerCool.com or click the link below for up to 60% off today. Don't let the empire of high costs win. Strike back now. Let's get into the heart of this shocking story. James O'Keefe, known for his undercover exposés, has turned his attention to the House of Mouse. O'Keefe sets the stage outside Disney's Burbank headquarters, highlighting the company's recent troubles. Watch.
Welcome to the Disney Tapes. My name is James O'Keefe, standing here in Burbank, California, outside Disney corporate headquarters. This is our first part in a series about blatant discrimination and woke policies at the Walt Disney Company. To say that the Disney Company has had a tumultuous 5 years, well, that would be an understatement. Major box office flops, a losing battle with the state of Florida, and a stock that is one of the worst performers on Wall Street. And as you'll probably conclude from this report, as well as recent shareholder rumblings, almost all of Disney's recent failings are as a result of Bob Iger and the cast of characters here at Disney that are trying to force woke DEI policies into every aspect of Disney's vast media empire. What used to be a highly profitable company, by being the gold standard of family entertainment, has taken a sharp downturn in the wake of all of its wokeness. Under CEO Bob Iger's leadership, Disney's downfall likely started with the insane hiring practices amongst its executives and creative teams. One of their top senior vice presidents claims that they not only discriminate against white men when recruiting and hiring middle management, they actually give bonuses for hiring and retaining employees that are specifically not white. According to these videotapes, Disney blatantly discriminates against whites, white men in particular.
From box office flops to battles with Florida, Disney's woes seem endless, but what's really going on behind those castle walls? Well, enter Michael Giordano, a vice president of business affairs at Disney. In a stunning revelation, he lifts the veil on Disney's hiring practices in stunning undercover video captured by James O'Keefe's media group. Watch.
Certainly, there have been times where, there's no way we're hiring a white male person.
Just kind of unspoken.
There are times when it's spoken, but
How would they say it?
there's no way we're hiring a white male person. They say
Like straight to you?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
They'd be very careful how they message that to agents.
According to these videotapes, Disney blatantly discriminates against whites, white men in particular.
I think I'm sort of well prepared for it. I'm well positioned for it. But as far as Disney's concerned, I'm a white male. That's not who they're looking to promote at the moment.
As a white guy, even Michael has his own doubts about the possibility for advancement for himself at Disney. In fact, Michael actually got to experience Disney's discrimination against white males firsthand.
I've been at the company 11 years now, so I have friends in HR and I have friends in those divisions, and they're like, look, nobody else is going to tell you this, Mike, but they're not considering any white males for a shot. They're just not. That's not what they want.
They even passed over a qualified half-black person for a promotion because they didn't look black enough.
We wanted to hire somebody in the department a few years ago now who was half black, but didn't appear half black. And there was a creative executive who was like, we're not, that's not what's wrong. They wanted somebody in meetings who would appear a certain way, and he wasn't gonna bring that to the meeting. I mean, it kind of feels like we're, at some point there's going to be a lawsuit. That's kind of how it feels, just because of,
And that is a lawyer talking. So how does Disney explain pushing these discriminatory practices? They use code words and buzzwords.
I'm guessing that there's acceptable code words and buzzwords that are used to explain what they're looking for. They might say something like, look, we're not looking at the usual suspects for this job. clean up. So it's like not like a legally actionable thing, but everybody knows what it means. They, you know, for writers and actors, you hear all the time, like, you know, looking to hire writers and actors who bring diversity. I'm not looking to bring on any more clients who are white.
Now, Giordano doesn't mince any words. There's no way we're hiring a white male. He reveals a system of code words and buzzwords used to sidestep legal issues. Even more shocking, Giordano claims executives receive bonuses for practicing diversity, equity, and inclusion. But the discrimination doesn't stop there. Giordano recounts a disturbing incident where a candidate was rejected for not looking black enough. It's a stark picture of a company seemingly more focused on appearance than merit. Here's more.
Let's meet Los Angeles-based Michael Giordano, a white male and Walt Disney's Senior Vice President of Business Affairs.
I do like business affairs, so like negotiations for television.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice. That's really
I'm
cool.
not really like on the creative side. You know, so it's a lot of it is, you know, like knowing like the guild agreements and the union agreements and everything, like make offers for the writers and the actors who are going to be out working on the show and the producers and the directors and try to like, you know, get to a place where we can close a deal with them, help the production to budget. And so much of my job is just the negotiating, really. And then other people are doing kind of the drafting of the contracts. So, you know,
Oh, wow. So, yeah, what's the negotiating like?
I'm like sitting down trying to figure out, okay, you know, what are we gonna pay this actor for this role? What do we think they want? What, you know?
Oh, wow.
Kind of strategize that. Everything from how you produce a show, how you distribute a show, how you exhibit a show, how you market a show, things like that. All of the negotiations and deal making business that are like related to it.
Yeah.
Now, Giordano, a white male himself, admits to feeling the sting of these policies. He's been passed over for promotions, believing his race to be the deciding factor. It's a troubling admission that raises questions about the true nature of Disney's diversity push. Now, this controversy comes on the heels of significant backlash against Disney's new Star Wars series, The Acolyte. The show's producer and cast have proudly declared it the gayest Star Wars yet. Watch.
I want to ask you both because this is, I would say, arguably the gayest Star Wars, I think, by a considerable margin. And are you excited about that? Are you bracing yourself?
Star Wars. Not the
It's pretty gay, let's be honest. Leslie, how do you feel?
Am I gay? Yes.
Well, no, I know
Yeah.
you are gay, but I'm asking, are you excited about putting this, you know, this is going to be a talking point.
Is it going to be a talking point?
I'm sure some.
Because nerds are gay.
Well, some nerds are very not gay and are very threatened by gay
Well, that's
stuff.
true. But
Yeah.
in my world, nerds are gay.
Was this the fun element of
No, I don't think so. And yet people have told me that it's the gayest Star Wars, and I frankly...
You're offended?
Into it. No.
I think that Star Wars is so gay already.
Okay.
I mean, have you seen the fits? We'd be like, look how gay this is, and then send each other a reference photo.
And are you telling me, with a straight face, that C-3PO is straight?
They're a couple. That's what I think. But this is more outward.
I think it's canon that R2-D2 is a lesbian.
Oh,
Ooh.
interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Ask Filoni. Okay.
Ask Filoni.
Wow. But the fans aren't buying it. The Acolyte now holds the dubious honor of being the lowest rated Star Wars production in history. It seems that the addition of what some fans describe as a lesbian cult didn't resonate with the franchise traditional audience. Looking at the cast, a pattern emerges. The only white male character is gay, raising questions about Disney's interpretation of representation. These revelations paint a troubling picture of a company once synonymous with family entertainment. Now it appears to be pushing an agenda that many Americans find at odds with their values. As the story continues to unfold, one thing is clear: Disney's magic touch may be fading. The question remains, will the company course correct, or will they continue down this controversial path? If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. It's time for my final thought. Disney's fall from grace is now complete. From discriminatory hiring to the disaster of The Acolyte, they betrayed the magic that once united us all. By pushing woke agendas and perpetuating reverse racism, they're not just ruining Star Wars, they're fracturing the very fabric of our society. This is not the house of mouse that we grew up with. It's a hollow shell pandering to fringe ideologies. Unless Disney returns to creating universal stories that bring us together, their empire will crumble. The clock is ticking on the once mighty Magic Kingdom. Next up, Louisiana lawmakers pass a bill to display the Ten Commandments in public schools, sparking debate and likely legal challenges. Angie has more.
Louisiana lawmakers have passed a bill to display the Ten Commandments in public school classrooms. Supporters argue it promotes moral values and historical awareness. Critics say it blurs the line between church and state, potentially infringing on religious freedom. The bill mandates that the Ten Commandments must be displayed prominently, stirring intense debate. This decision is likely to face legal challenges. As the nation watches, the outcome could set a precedent for similar actions in other states. We'll keep you updated on this developing story. Don't miss Gary's ebook, The Silent Coup, link in the bio. Next up, newly obtained documents reveal that DHS's plan to turn Americans into government informants.
Tonight, a bombshell report that will make your blood run cold. Imagine a world where your neighbors are spies, where speaking out makes you a target. Sound like communist China? Right? Wrong. This is happening right here in America. We've got the leaked documents that expose the shocking plan by the DHS to turn us against each other. And wait till you hear who's behind it. And stay tuned for the full story and my final thought. You won't believe what they're trying to do to our republic. Now, folks, just like the government's trying to get into our communities, some companies are trying to get in our wallets, but here is a way to fight back. You know how the DHS wants us to snitch on our neighbors? Well, I found a way to snitch on my power company instead. This amazing little device, it plugs into any outlet and stops your home from wasting energy. It's like having a personal watchdog against those greedy utility companies. Go to don'twastepower.com right now for a risk-free 60-day trial, 65% off, and free shipping. That's don'twastepower.com. Don't let them drain your wallet. Order now. Now, folks, we've got a bombshell report that will make your blood run cold. America First Legal has just exposed a chilling plan cooked up by the Department of Homeland Security. They want to turn us into a nation of snitches. Take a look at this graphic. It shows how the DHS is ramping up its efforts to collect intel on Americans. They admit that there's no mandate for state and local partners, but they're pushing ahead anyway. And get this, they say that support for this mission has varied and changed after January 6th. They're using that day as an excuse to spy on us. And here's more proof. They're bragging about how they've ramped up collection and reporting since January 6th. They're treating that day like a golden ticket to trample on our rights. Now look at this agenda. Domestic violent extremism, domestic terrorism strategy, collection posture, and associated challenges. They're discussing how to expand their reach, all while playing lip service to civil liberties and privacy challenges. It's a joke, folks. And here's where it gets really twisted. They are complaining that Americans have an ambivalent feeling about telling on each other. Well, yeah, we're not supposed to be ratting out our neighbors to the feds. That's what happens in communist regimes, not in our republic. But they aren't giving up. They're asking, how do we get into local communities in a non-threatening way? How do people safely report a concern about their neighbors? They're even considering changing their slogan from see something, say something to see something, help someone. It's manipulation, pure and simple. And here's the kicker. They want to rebrand this snitching as a public health issue. They're saying to get a mother or a teacher to come forward, it needs to be a public health catcher's mitt. They're trying to make us feel like we're helping when really we're just feeding their surveillance machine. Now, this is not just some far-fetched conspiracy theory. These are real documents from real meetings. Let's not forget who's behind this, none other than John Brennan and James Clapper. These are the same folks who have been caught lying to Congress before. Remember what our founding fathers said. Benjamin Franklin warned those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. Well, the DHS doesn't seem to care about our liberty. They're trying to turn us into a nation of informants under the guise of safety. This is happening under Biden's watch. His administration is actively working to undermine the very foundation of our republic. They're trying to redefine what it means to be an American, turning us from free citizens into government informants. Now, we can't let this stand, folks. We need to shine a light on these shadowy plans and hold those responsible accountable, because our republic depends on it. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. Folks, this is not about safety. It's about control. The DHS wants to turn neighbor against neighbor, parent against child. They're trying to destroy the very fabric of our communities. We owe a debt of gratitude to the America First Legal Group for exposing this scheme. Without their work, we'd be in the dark about these Orwellian plans. Now it's up to us. We must stand united against this assault on our liberties. Remember, a republic that sacrifices freedom for security will soon have neither. Next up, Hollywood mourns the loss of iconic actor Donald Sutherland, who passed away at 88, leaving a lasting legacy. Angie has more.
Hollywood is paying tribute to Donald Sutherland, one of the most engrossing film actors of all time, who died Thursday at the age of 88. Known for his intense performances and versatility, Sutherland leaves behind a legacy of unforgettable roles in movies like MASH and The Hunger Games. His son Kiefer Sutherland said, "My father's extraordinary talent will never be forgotten." Colleagues and fans are sharing heartfelt memories, highlighting his dedication to the craft and his unique ability to bring characters to life. As we remember his contributions to cinema, Sutherland's impact on the industry remains profound and enduring. Don't miss Gary's ebook, The Silent Coup, link in the bio. Next, the Pharma Bro claims a partnership with Baron Trump to create DJT coin, causing a 385% surge.
Got some breaking news tonight. The crypto world's in turmoil as shocking claims emerge about the mysterious DJT coin. Is Baron Trump, the former president's son, really behind this surging token? Explosive allegations from an unexpected source have sent the coin's value skyrocketing. But as denials fly and high stakes wager unfolds, the truth remains elusive. So stay tuned for our exclusive report. We'll have you questioning everything you thought you knew about the intersection of politics and cryptocurrency. And don't miss our final thought, because it's a game changer. Now, just as the mysterious DJT coin has surged 385% in 24 hours, smart investors are turning to a different kind of gold rush. While crypto markets buzz with speculation, physical gold has quietly climbed past $2,400 an ounce this year. It's not that gold is getting pricier, the dollar is weakening. As nations consider alternatives to the petrodollar, protect your wealth with America's leading precious metals company, Global Gold Investments. Mention our channel, the Next News Network, for VIP treatment from this conservative dealer. They're offering a 5-year IRA fee waiver on qualified rollovers. Call 888-700-4148 now for a free portfolio analysis and their 2024 Insure Your Money Guide. That's 888, that's the number on the screen, 700-4148. Don't wait. Secure your financial future today. Now let's dive into this crypto storm that's got everybody talking. The DJT coin, a mysterious Trump-branded cryptocurrency, has exploded onto the scene, leaving Wall Street and Washington scrambling for answers. In a shocking turn of events, the disgraced pharma bro, Martin Shkreli, claims that he and 18-year-old Baron Trump are the masterminds behind this digital phenomenon. Now take a look at this chart. The DJT coin's value skyrocketed by an astounding 385% within 24 hours on Tuesday, with trading volume hitting a massive 363 million. These numbers have set the crypto world on fire, but the question remains, who is really pulling the strings? Well, the pharma bro, fresh out of prison and apparently diving headfirst into the crypto game, he's not holding back. He's boldly claiming to have over 1,000 pieces of evidence proving his collaboration with the former president's youngest son. But that's not all, folks. In this clip from an X space, pharma bro intensifies his claim. He insists that Barron was directly involved using his own computer to run the necessary programs. Listen.
We did this on his computer. He ran the programs. Like, there's just nothing. This is just nonsense. The attempt to evade and equivocate is just absurd. It's counter to logic. It doesn't help the fact that, hey, there's $200 million here. I know this family okay at this point. Nobody's saying no to $200 million in the Trump family. That's a lot of money. They'll sell. Trump was selling the Bible, for crying out loud. So I think, Dustin, you tell me, Dustin, but I'm pretty sure that the family will sell things for money.
Of course they will, but he is also the presidential candidate for the Republican Party and the overwhelming front runner. And we've heard how smart you are. We know how smart you are, Martin. And to be honest, it gets to the heart of what my concerns are. As somebody who spent the last 3 years of my life trying to advocate for crypto with Trump World and advocate to Trump World like for crypto, right? Like I'm firmly planning both. The problem is Barron Trump has not spoken yet. The only people we've heard from is Martin, who talks about boys who are often underage, right?
Whoa.
No.
But Dustin,
I'm
I don't
not saying
understand
in
this
any
because
kind of
Martin
sexual
gave
way.
Mario the login to his Instagram. Why does Mario not just go on the Instagram login and look for himself? Why is he contacting
Boys who are
random family
underage.
members?
These are my friends. I'm not having sexual relations. So be careful what you say there.
I did not mean that in any kind of sexual way. I mean it in a power dynamic way, which is you, a middle-aged guy who's
I'm
been
pretty
through
sure
the
Barron Trump's
ringer.
got more power than I do.
Okay. It's that when you're around high school kids and you can introduce them to Andrew Tate and you can introduce them to Anthem,
It's funny. It's funny you say
and the
that
leaders
because
and CEOs of all these
it's
different
funny
companies.
you say that because Barron introduced me to Andrew Tate.
Okay, fair enough.
Now, Shkreli dismisses any attempts to deny or downplay the involvement, pointing to the significant sum of money at stake. He suggests that the potential for such substantial earnings would be hard for anyone in the Trump family to ignore. But hold on to your hats, because this story takes another wild turn. Longtime Trump advisor Roger Stone has stepped into the fray, adamantly denying any involvement of the Trump family in this crypto caper. Stone's tweet leaves no room for interpretation. Real Donald Trump and son Barron not involved in any way with DJT. But wait, there's more. A crypto trader known as King Fudd has thrown another wrench into the works, sharing what he claims is a text exchange with Barron Trump himself. Now, this alleged conversation shows someone purporting to be Barron Trump admitting to launching a meme coin with a, quote, convicted felon. However, the authenticity of this exchange is highly questionable, especially given the informal tone and glaring errors about the token's blockchain. Now, as the crypto community buzzes with speculation, a high-stakes bet has emerged. Shkreli has wagered a staggering $100 million that the DJT token is indeed linked to the Trump family. But with Roger Stone's denial, the outcome of this bet hangs in the balance. And despite the swirling controversy, or perhaps because of it, the DJT token continues to surge. It gained 87% in the last 24 hours, reaching a market cap of $175 million. But as with all things in the volatile world of cryptocurrency, the situation could change in the blink of an eye. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. The DJT coin saga reveals more than just another crypto craze. It exposes the volatile mix of politics, technology, and finance in our digital age. Whether Barron Trump is involved truly or not, the incident highlights the power of mere association with the Trump name. Roger Stone's denial only adds fuel to the fire. As cryptocurrency increasingly intersects with politics, we must question who really benefits from these digital gold rushes. Americans need to stay vigilant, separating fact from fiction in this new frontier of political influence. Next, UK police arrest 2 eco-protesters for spraying Stonehenge with orange powder, demanding fossil fuel phase-out by 2030. Angie has the details.
UK police have arrested 2 people after anti-human eco-brats sprayed Stonehenge with orange powder on the eve of the summer solstice. The protesters demanded the UK's next government commit to phasing out fossil fuels by 2030. The group claimed the orange cornflower would wash away with the rain. The UK Prime Minister called it a disgraceful act of vandalism. The incident occurred during the UK's general election campaign. Authorities are investigating and working closely with English Heritage. Don't miss Gary's ebook, The Silent Coup, link in the bio. Next up, MSNBC's failed sting operation on Roger Stone twists his words on election integrity.
Got some breaking news, Patriots. A supposed bombshell video of Roger Stone has the mainstream media in a frenzy. But here's the kicker. We've got the real scoop that they are desperate to bury. While MSNBC claims they've caught Stone red-handed, our exclusive footage from Oak Brook tells a very different story. From election integrity to the spiritual battle for America's soul, Stone is laying it all out. Plus, his challenge to every American will shake you to your core, so you can't afford to miss this explosive report. Folks, before we dive in, let's talk about something crucial. Just like how the media is twisting Stone's words, they're also twisting the truth about our economy. Gold's hit $2,400 an ounce in 2024, but it's not because gold's getting pricey, it's because our dollar is getting weaker. It's like the media spin, same content, less value. Smart folks are protecting themselves, just like we need to protect the truth. Call America's top conservative precious metals dealer, Global Gold Investments, at the number on the screen, 888-700-4148. Mention Next News for VIP treatment and get their free 2024 Insure Your Money Guide. That's 888-700-4148. Now let's expose this media circus. The left's pathetic attempt to mimic James O'Keefe has backfired spectacularly. Lauren Windsor, a liberal journalist, tried to catch Roger Stone in a gotcha moment at Mar-a-Lago. But what did she actually get? Stone promoting legal ways to fight Democrat election meddling. Real shocking stuff, right? See for yourself.
I know you tell that. Unlike some other people. I'm going to send this to Joe Biden. I thought he could be our post.
That's it. Do you mind taking a photo with me, Mr. Stone?
Sure.
You're in a position to know more than anybody else. How are you feeling about the election?
Too early to say.
Biden can't win again.
No, but it can be stolen again.
We're in a whole. But there's got to be something we can do to prevent that.
We're working on this, but I'm not saying that I'm totally confident yet, because I'm not. By the way, in 2020, only 65% of evangelical Christians bothered to vote. So when you tell people, "Oh, we're doing great," then this happens. I don't have to worry about voting. That's our biggest. Overconfidence is one of our giant problems right now among our own people.
But so, what are we going to do to stop it, though? Thank you.
I'll tell you the same thing I told her. We're working on it. We're working on it.
Well,
lawyers, judges, technology.
Governors?
Some, but there aren't many letting go.
We got to use every lever we can.
We are doing that. All right.
You're doing the Lord's work.
Thank you.
I genuinely think you're pleasure to meet you. Such an important election here.
Yes, but between now and then, we're going to work very hard and very smart to try to make sure that doesn't happen. And so far, given the incredible power they have and they will use ruthlessly, we're beating them as of today. So in the end, the president's trial in Georgia's falling apart. I think the judges are on the verge of dismissing the charges against him in Florida. They're delayed in New York City, and they're now delayed in Washington. So it's not clear that they can have a trial before the election, which is the absolute key to being able to convince people that the reason we lost was because of the trial. Right now, if they steal it, people say, well, that's not possible. Trump is leading in all the polls. They want to try him, suck up his money, suck up his time, and create the reason why their theft is plausible, believable. You see?
Yeah, what stops them from just like voter fraud? Like
They in some states it'll be easier to stop them, in other places it won't. But at least this time, when they do it, you have a lawyer and a judge whose home phone number standing by so you can stop him. We made no preparations last time. None.
I was at the Capitol, so I'm prepared to go back.
Well, that may not be necessary. There are technical and legal steps that we have to take to try to have a more honest election. We're not there yet, but there are things that can be done. It's a long conversation. I'm working with changes in state law, real-time voter list monitoring, going to court as we just did to challenge some of the voter lists. The election's not tomorrow. We went into court to sue in Michigan over the handling of ballots, which we sued in half a dozen places. And then we're finally now on an offensive footing. Remember, the Republican National Committee raised $200 million and they didn't spend any of it to try to get cleaner elections or look at what happened last time. We now finally have control of our mechanism. Don't be discouraged.
So
We're going to
the
win.
RNC is going to spend more money now than Laura.
Far more.
Do you want to get a picture?
I'll be there.
Can we get a picture?
Sure.
That's it. That's their smoking gun. Stone warning about overconfidence and discussing legal strategies, the horror. Stone even shut down attempts to bait him into endorsing another January 6th style event. He said there are technical legal steps that we have to take to try to have a more honest election. How dare he advocate for legal measures? But facts don't matter to the left. They're spinning this faster than a turbine in a wind farm. Scott Dworkin, the co-founder of the Democrat Coalition, breathlessly tweeted, he said, Trump ally Roger Stone caught on undercover video talking about a plan to win the election, relying on judges and courts. Oh, the scandal. Using the legal system? What's next? Following the Constitution? Rolling Stone magazine even joined in on the hysteria. Yes, look at that headline. Lawyers, judges, technology, Roger Stone touts plan for Trump to win in secret recording. These are the same folks who cry about the so-called insurrection on January 6th, but now they're upset that Republicans want to rely on judges and courts? Make it make sense, folks. Stone, being the absolute legend that he is, mocked this manufactured outrage. OMG, I was busted in a secret video saying the Republicans should do everything legally and technically to ensure that the 2024 elections are free, fair, and transparent. The horror. But MSNBC couldn't resist jumping on this nothing burger. They ran with the headline, brand new audio captures Roger Stone bragging about how Team Trump will contest 2024 election result. Yeah, Stone's response, pure gold. Strange dish, MSNBC headline seems to have no relation whatsoever to what I actually said. But MSNBC's Nicole Wallace wasn't done. She breathlessly reported this.
I'll tell you the same thing I told her. We're working on it.
Well,
Lawyers, judges, technology.
governors,
Some, but there aren't many living guns.
we got to use every lever we can.
We are doing that.
Hi again, everyone. It's 5 o'clock in the East. Lawyers, judges, technology. Those are three words that encapsulate just how Donald Trump and his team plan to steal the next presidential election, in their own words. The man you heard on tape in his own words is Trump ally and pardoned criminal Roger Stone. He was speaking at a Catholic event in March at Mar-a-Lago, where Roger Stone was the keynote speaker. He made those comments thinking he was talking to a fan when he was actually speaking to progressive activist Lauren Windsor. She's the same woman who obtained recordings of Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito that we played on this program last week. The recordings of Stone are just as alarming, if not more so, because he speaks about direct actions in the works, plans that have been drawn up on the part of Trump and his allies. The plan they have to contest the next election results based on the false claim of voter fraud.
And then, if this circus couldn't get any more ridiculous, Lauren Windsor herself appeared on Wallace's show, implying Stone had judges' home phone numbers based on what? What would they be doing with it? Threatening? That's what they're implying. Watch.
Thanks for having me, Nicole. So this wasn't the first conversation that I had with Roger Stone. I spoke with him last summer at an event for Florida teenage Republicans. The goal of talking to him was really to understand what was afoot with the 2024 election. And so the initial question I'd asked him was, how are you going to keep Democrats from stealing the election again? What he told me last summer was, we have a plan, it's legal, it's technical, the RNC should have done it last time. So because in that particular circumstance, I couldn't really have an extended conversation with him, I wanted to see if I could get more information on that. So Allie and I went to Mar-a-Lago in March to this Catholics for Catholics event and tried to get more information on this plan from him. So that's really the genesis of this tape.
Is it hard to get into an event like that at Mar-a-Lago?
Well, we bought tickets and we walked in. They checked our names when we came in the door. So you have to pay the fee. I forget exactly how much money that particular event costs. I believe it was $500.
Tell me about this, what you heard when he talked about having judges' home phone numbers.
Well, so that was in a conversation with Allie, but when I heard the audio from that conversation, it was definitely alarming because, to me, Roger Stone, pretty much embraces his reputation as a dirty trickster, the Dapper Don of dirty deeds, right? Mm-hmm. So when he says that he's innocent in this, it's innocent preparation for 2024, should we take him at his word? He's the Dapper Don of dirty deeds. He's a convicted felon. He's discussed assassinating members of Congress, which he's currently under investigation for, or I should say has been under investigation for. I don't know the status of that investigation. So it was alarming to me to hear that he might have phone numbers of judges, and it really led me to wonder, who is he reaching out to? Is he reaching out to judges about ballot integrity, voter fraud? Is he reaching out to judges who are connected to any of the cases against Donald Trump? I don't know, and I just think that they are questions worth asking.
Yeah, I mean, the last piece of tape we played is Roger Stone's view on the success of the delay strategy. How did you hear that?
Well, it was clear to me because the first thing that he went to when he said, we're beating them right now, Allie says, how so? He's not saying we're beating them, we're beating Democrats in the polls, we're beating them in voter registrations, we're beating them in any number of voter outreach metrics. He goes directly to the status of all the cases. So that to me said that the courts really are a focal point to their strategy to win. In neither conversation with me nor Allie did he say anything about positive voter outreach and organizing.
This, folks, is what passes for journalism these days. A nothing burger turned into a 5-course meal of fear-mongering and baseless accusations. They're not after the truth. They're after ratings and pushing their agenda. But let me tell you what real reporting looks like. Just this Monday, I was at the Drake Hotel in Oak Brook, Illinois, where Roger Stone spoke. Let me tell you, what he said there puts all this media hysteria into perspective. Take a look at this.
Donald Trump is the only thing that stands between us and complete chaos. The only thing that stands between us and the total destruction of the country. So can we win? Yes. The answer is we can win. Will we win? Yes, we will win. And there are a lot of pieces to this. Election integrity is a crucial element. So yes, we will win, but it's going to take something a little extra. It's going to take divine intervention. And that's why I really believe that what we face today is more than just a political fight. It's a spiritual battle. It's very definitely a spiritual battle. See, the Democratic Party of Harry Truman and John F. Kennedy and Richard Daley, that Democratic Party is dead. It's gone. It's been hijacked by a bunch of Marxist progressive lunatics who want to take our children and change their gender. This is indeed a spiritual battle. But our biggest problem is not the left-wing Democrats, not really. Our bigged problem are the gutless, feckless, weak-kneed, lily-livered, cowardly, white wine swilling, country club establishment Republicans who have neither the balls nor the guts to fight for America. So, you know how I feel. Now I want to know how you feel. Are you ready to stand up with me and fight for this country? Are each one of you ready to go out and find 10 people who aren't registered or aren't planning to vote and make sure they vote the ticket? You know, as some of you may know, I got my start in politics under Richard Nixon. He was my mentor. I have a tattoo of Nixon's head on my back. It's true. And the truth is, it's not in any way a political statement. You see, the story of Richard Nixon is a story of persistence. It's a story of resilience. It's a story of never giving up. It's an American story. It reminds me of what he said, that the greatness comes not when things go always good for you, but when you take some knocks, you suffer some defeats, some setbacks, when sadness comes. That is when the greatness comes. He also said a man is not finished when he's defeated. He's only finished when he quits. This is what I love about Donald Trump. This is why I want him back in the White House. Because when it comes to his love for this country, and it comes for his determination to restore the country to greatness, Donald Trump will never, ever give up, and neither will I. God bless you.
Stone laid it out plain and simple. Donald Trump is the only thing that stands between us and complete chaos, the only thing that stands between us and total destruction of the country. He's not talking about some shadowy conspiracy. He's talking about election integrity, about standing up for our values. Stone said that election integrity is a crucial element, but he didn't stop there. He called this fight what it is, a spiritual battle against those who've hijacked the Democrat Party. And he didn't mince words about the establishment Republicans either, calling them out for their lack of courage. This is the kind of straight talk the media won't show you. They'd rather spin tales about secret phone numbers and then show you Stone rallying patriots to action, urging each person to find 10 other people to vote. And remember, Stone is no newcomer to political fights. He shared his connection to Nixon not as a political statement, but as a testament to American resilience. As Stone put it, quoting Nixon, "A man is not finished when he's defeated. He's only finished when he quits." That's the Roger Stone the media doesn't want you to see. A fighter who believes in America's greatness and Trump's determination to restore it. This is the truth that they are trying to bury under their manufactured outrage. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. Patriots, while MSNBC spins fairy tales, Roger Stone is fighting for America's soul. They paint him as a threat, but he's calling for legal action and spiritual revival. Stone's not plotting in the shadows. He's rallying Americans openly, urging involvement in our electoral process. This isn't about underhanded tactics. It's about preserving our republic through lawful means. Don't let the mainstream media's fear-mongering fool you. Stone is advocating for election integrity and American resilience. That's not a danger to our republic. That is exactly what we need to save it. Up next, rich folks in Maine caught in a shady tree scheme, ocean views, poisoned oaks, and a ticked-off town. Angie has more.
A wealthy Maine couple is accused of poisoning trees to secure an ocean view, impacting a public beach in the process. Lisa Gorman, widow of the late L.L. Bean president, claims her neighbor used herbicide on her oak trees without consent. The herbicide spread to Camden's only public beach, prompting outrage. The accused couple has paid fines and agreed to further remediation, but many residents demand harsher penalties. The incident is under investigation by Maine's Attorney General. Don't miss Gary's ebook, The Silent Coup, link in the bio.
Next up, Angie has a special report on Tropical Storm Alberto wreaking havoc on Texas, leading Governor Abbott to declare a disaster emergency for 51 counties.
Breaking news, Tropical Storm Alberto slams into the Texas coast, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. Governor Greg Abbott has just declared a disaster emergency for 51 counties as entire neighborhoods disappear underwater. But this just isn't the beginning. Mexico is next in Alberto's crosshairs, and experts warn the worst may be yet to come. Stay tuned for our exclusive report on this unfolding catastrophe, and don't miss my final thought on why every American should be paying attention. Good evening, I'm Angie reporting on this catastrophic impact of Tropical Storm Alberto on the Texas coast. This isn't just another storm, folks. We're witnessing a monster that's making what meteorologists are calling a monster splash. Let's dive right into the heart of this disaster. According to NBC's Sam Brock, Alberto is drenching southern Texas and Louisiana, leaving residents like Roy Scott pleading with their neighbors to take this seriously. Take a look.
Alberto making a monster splash this morning, kicking off what's predicted to be a record hurricane season. The tropical storm moving over the coast of Mexico, but managing to drench southern Texas and Louisiana in the process. The Texas governor declaring a severe weather disaster as residents like Roy Scott urge neighbors to take the storm seriously.
No. I said, if you go out there in the bay, if you go out there, you're going to die.
Vacationers in Freeport, Texas were greeted by a wall of water at their front door.
How high was the water?
Thigh high.
Yeah, at least mid-thigh. Yeah.
It was
hard.
As some tried to evacuate, others opted to ride out the storm. Cars and trucks trying to make their way through the blinding rains. The rising waters even prevented ambulances from reaching stranded homes.
Trying to get your ambulance into a lot of these neighborhoods, how difficult is it?
It's impossible. There are some back there, some houses that are almost completely underwater.
Rains were also inundating roadways in Louisiana, like Highway 1 in Lafourche, just the beginning.